another episode of Oxygen. Tonight, we're going to dive into the life of Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was born on August 15, 1985, in Los Angeles, California. He was the first generation of an immigrant from Africa, while his mother, Angelica Smith, was born African American. He's got two siblings, an older brother, which we know as Black Sam. Also has a younger sister named Samantha. They were raised in the Crenshaw neighborhood of South Los Angeles, California, famously known for its gangland. Nipsey became interested in music early in his childhood, writing his first song at the age of 9. He idolized rappers like Snoop Dogg and Ice-T. His mother always argued with him to study well and stay out of the streets. But living in that type of environment, it was easy for Nipsey to get pulled into the streets when family members, friends, and all the surroundings were pulling him in. At this time, around 1999, while going to the high school of Hamilton High, Nipsey was placed in boot camp for an attempted robbery at school. On his release, he left home. Shortly after that, he joined the local gang, the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips. During this time, Nipsey would get in and out of trouble, living in the streets of Crenshaw and Slauson, where him and his friends would hang out all day in the streets, selling drugs and committing crimes. California is very known for gang violence. Every corner you turn, there's another gang member. So living out there, being from the streets, you had to keep your head on a swivel, because at any time, it could be your last day. You never know. Friends, cousins, family members were also sometimes enemies, living cross town, joining other gangs. So it's very likely for the one that would come to kill you would be one you trusted with your life. But Nipsey knew this. He knew what he was getting into. And there was an appeal about the streets. Was it the money, the girls, the fame? Only he knows. And it's uncertain for how long Nipsey Hussle remained a Rollin' 60s Crip. But eventually, his father took him in 2004 at the age of 19. Okay? He took him and his brother, Black Sam, and they went on a 3-month trip to Africa to visit his family, which this was a culture shock that he's never seen before. You got to think, living in California your whole life and never leaving a 200-mile radius, and then your father takes you out of the country to Africa. During this trip, Nipsey Hussle would return with a new vision and the will to work for his community. Upon his return, he began working on his music, and this is when he took on the name of Nipsey Hussle as his stage name. In December of 2005, he released his first mixtape, Slauson Boys, Volume 1, which he tried to send a message to his community through his music. This mixtape had moderate success, and it helped him not only develop a small fan base, but it gave him the attention to bigger music companies. And he was eventually signed to Epic Records and Cinematic Music Group. Following this, in 2007, he debuted in films, appearing in a small role in I Tried. This is an autobiography film for the rap group Bone Thugs and Harmony. Through all this, he still continued to work on his music. Coming into 2008, he released 2 more mixtapes, Bullets Ain't Got No Name, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This series was released under the music label Cinematic Music Group, which there was a few bumps in the road. He went to jail. Coming into 2010, he left Epic Records and he established his own music label. All money in, no money out. This was a symbol of black entrepreneurship. Following releasing his 4th mixtape, The Marathon. On December 21st, 2010, he starred in his 2nd film, Caged Animal. The album, The Marathon Continues, that was released November 2011, hit Billboard 200 charts. Download, mixtapes, hosting sites, Nipsey Hussle was on tour to promote the Victory Lap. Victory Lap was planned to be released in 2013, but he later decided against it. Instead, releasing it as his debut studio album in 2018. He would release his 3rd, 4th, and 5th mixtapes, Crenshaw, Mailbox Money, Slauson Boys Volume 2, Famous Lies, Unpopular Truths, and last but not least, No Pressure. In 2017, he launched Marathon Clothing, which is the store where he co-founded with Steve Careless, Karen Civil, and his brother, Black Sam. This was a huge accomplishment because he could give back to the community. He could put friends and other people that would never get the chance to work like a normal person. He gave them jobs. He gave them hope. He went back to Crenshaw and Slauson and bought the whole block. This is where he opened up his clothing store. He would open up a movie store. a barber shop, and a discount store. Nipsey's plan and his vision was coming together. During this, he ventured out and partnered up with individuals in the community to build back up Crenshaw, Slauson, Los Angeles. That was his overall goal, to give back to the community. But at this time, you got to remember, he was still a rolling 60s Crip. And he was getting too much fame, too much power. This caused problems within the gang. Because when you have OGs, they want to be at the table, the head of the table. They are at the head of the table. And they look down on you as a foot soldier. So during Nipsey's rise, jealousy, envy, hatred, and extortion would come. You ask yourself, being in a gang, how do they turn their back on each other? How do they do dirt to one another? This is how it happens. The all-famous Big U, the founder, the leader, the man, the rolling 60s Crip father, began to have issues with Nip because Nipsey was getting too big. And if you're from the street, everyone will tell you you're not bigger than the program. So when you're making millions, you got to pay your taxes. You got to kick money back up to the bosses. And apparently, Nipsey was tired of it. He wanted out. During that trip to Africa, changed his life. And he's seen a new vision. He's seen a way of life where everybody could live and eat together. But when you're from the hood, it's not that easy. Big U and other rolling 60s put their plan in motion. They knew Nip would show up at his store without security, without a gun, because he's a felon. They knew this, and they acted on this. One Sunday, on Crenshaw and Slauson, Nipsey pulls up to say what's up to the guys. Check out the stores. Make sure everybody's good. That's what he did. He had a big heart. While standing around talking with his group, another rolling 60s Crip, Eric Holder, was sent by Big U. Some say Nipsey said he was a rat. I find that hard to believe, because I know the issues that were behind the scenes that the world did not know. Once Nipsey and Eric had their confrontation. Whatever was said, there was no bad blood when he left. Eric decides to leave, places his order, returns to the car with the girl that he was with. For some reason, he came back. Came back with a gun. He walked up on Nipsey Hussle and the rest of the guys and opened fire. 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. 3 people got hit. Nipsey Hussle being the main target. Holder decides to leave. He stops, looks, and realizes no one's shooting back. Everybody's scattered. Nipsey's boys left him. So Holder returns to see Nipsey on the ground. Nipsey tells him, "You got me, cuz. You got me." But it wasn't enough for Eric. Point blank, he shoots him again. He decides to leave. One last step. He kicks him in the head. And he takes off. Everybody, disbelief. How could it happen? Why would it happen? How did we let this happen? It wasn't 24 hours. Eric Holder turned himself in and pleads insanity. Some are glad he's in jail, while others want street justice. Will they get it? Time will tell. Eric Holder is currently in a California prison where he's been jumped once or twice, reported, but he still has breath in his lungs. Some would think that's the end of the story, but it's not. While Nipsey's being laid to rest, all but who? Big U and the Rolling 60s Crips. They want their part. They want their tax money. What did they do? They go after Nipsey's empire. They want part of the marathon. The label, the clothing stores, Vector, and the real estate. Also, they want the rights to the name The Marathon Continues. Black Sam, Nipsey's family, fought in court to save Nipsey Hussle's legacy. And they won. But this tells you the street life, the gang life, isn't all what it seems to be. Nipsey was young and dumb when he joined the Rolling 60s. His father made a wise decision, took him to his homeland, to open up his eyes to see there's more than the street life of California. And it changed Nipsey from there on. It doesn't change some of the things that Nipsey did in the past. We all have a past. It doesn't change some of his music lyrics. But he changed who he was going to become. And that was a man. Nipsey Hussle is a legend. Did we give him his flowers while he was here? No. Because we were blinded by the great things he was doing. A rolling 60s Crip teams up with the Pyru Blood, YG. You've seen the video. Millions of views. It united the streets. Nipsey Hussle had a bigger picture. He had a vision. He was meeting with the LAPD. He was fixing to change the gang life. But like they said, no one is bigger than the program. And who's left standing? Big U. Big U. What's to come of this? Time will tell. This is part 1 of the Nipsey Hussle legacy. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, so you get all the new content as soon as it drops. Thanks for watching. Oxygen with Coach.